Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and in the introductory video, you saw a DIY, do-it-yourself weather vane. I've made a lot of weather vanes, so I'm going to just show you how I made this one. And if you're not interested, then probably you can find much more interesting videos on YouTube. But I'll show you how I made my weather vane and some things to do if you want to make a weather vane that really works well. So we'll get all this junk out of the way here for now, and then we'll talk more about it in a minute. And yeah, I forgot to bring in something, but that's okay. We can get by without it. Okay, so there should be two props here. There we go. All right. Here is the the weather vane. This here is a part of an old camper hold down set that I had, and the reason that's there is because you need some extra weight up front. Let's see if I got some way to show you here. I think I do. If I take this and put it in here like this, then it should hang pretty level. Okay, so that's why that weight is there, because you need this to be sticking way out to give enough wind leverage to make it turn. All right, so that's why that's there. And let's put those over there and try not to spill the whole box of nails. There we go. All right, and then in the back, this is a milk carton. Okay, and I just trimmed the side out of a milk carton, and I have a nice weather vane. Now I put mine in the center because I have a bandsaw, but you know, this can just be stuck on the side right here. And I don't know, I don't think there's very many glues that stick well to the milk carton. Now I know shoe glue works on everything, but if you don't have shoe glue, anyway. So another way to do it is just get some little tacks and tack it down on the back end here. And it doesn't have to be shaped like that, but it helps. Okay, it looks cool to the neighbors. And then I usually paint these white so they're easy to spot. Now here's the part that I want to show you about. Let me see if I can get it underneath the camera just right here. You'll notice, and you might have noticed it in the video, but get this to stand still here. There's a piece of wood doweling going through this prop. Okay, and by the way, this prop is from my Phantom 1, and I had a whole bunch of spare props, and some of these might have nicks in them. And that's the thing that you want to do, is if you got some leftover props that have been nicked or something, they're perfect for this. Okay, so let's take a look at one of these props. And you can see that hole is on this one is a pretty good size, and there's a nick on that one there. Anyway, it's a pretty good size, and so I measured the diameter, and it turned out to be about 5/16 of an inch. So I went to the hardware store and I bought some doweling. You get a long 48 inches of it, and it costs $1 or something like that, a couple dollars. And see, that's going to fit right in there. Okay, the only problem is down inside there's little things that catch. So if you're going to make this, then what you want to do is drill the hole out. Like if it needs to be a 1/4 inch or something like that, just drill it out with a, if you got if you got a collection of drill bits like I do, well then drill it out. This is old. That was a kind of a makeup case or something I got from my wife. Anyway, so I put my drill bits in there. So you drill out, like if 1/4 inch would be good if your little hole is smaller. And then whatever size that is, you drill it out. And you can measure with just a regular ruler. And then go to the hardware store and buy a piece of doweling that'll fit in there. So then what you do is you put that in there. Now, here is, let's see, did I bring it in here? Yes, it is. It's here. Okay, good, because I forget a lot of things. Okay, so this is 1/8 of an inch brass tubing. And I either got this at Hobby Lobby or at Home Depot. It was one or the other, and it's not very expensive. But this is what if you're going to make a good weather vane, you need that because, let's get this opened here and get me another nail. Because the little nail that holds the prop on should go through there, and then it just spins really well. Now my first weather vanes, I didn't put metal in there, and pretty soon the hole got bigger and bigger, and the blade came off of the nail. So the end product is simply you get it over here. You drill the hole out, put the wood in, and then very carefully try to drill right in the center of the wood, and use an 1/8 inch drill if you're using 1/8 inch brass tubing. So you drill through the wood with an 1/8 inch drill, and then these little nails right here, they go through there just fine. And then it spins really well. If you just drill through the wood, that'll work. But after a while, the wood wears a little bit, and then you might lose the blade off the front and have to rebuild it. So what else do I need to help you with? Oh yes, the washers. If you don't have a bunch of washers in there, I don't know if you can see the washers or not, but if you don't have a bunch of washers in there, they're going to run into each other. Plus you need washers so that this guy here doesn't rub on the front of this. So I got some little washers, and I've been around a long time. I've been able to collect junk. And so my dad left some stuff when he passed away. I got some of his old stuff, and he had a whole bunch of these little washers. But you can go to the hardware store, or you can make your own washer out of plastic. Okay, but you need the washers to keep things apart so that they spin well. Now, do you put the let's see, okay, so if you take a look at this prop, you notice it's concaved here, and this would be like in your drone, this would be the top, okay? And the bottom is concave. What you want to do is you want to make it so it catches the wind the best way. So what you want to do is you want to have this concave part facing the front. In other words, if you take a look at this, if I can get it under here, if you take a look at it, the concave part is towards the front of the weather vane, and that way it catches the wind better, and it'll blow really well with just a little bit of breeze. But this thing gets to buzzing when the wind flies. When the wind blows really well, you can hear it buzz. Sounds like a bee. I guess that's because you're using drone propellers. I don't know. Well, this is an insert. After I got everything put away, I remembered that I had forgotten to tell you, you can just make a one-bladed weather vane. You don't have to make two. And I would make it with a white thing if you did just one. But anyway, if you're going to use two, you want them to be counter-rotating. In other words, you want this one to spin this way while this one is spinning this way. And so the easy way to tell is you line them up next to each other here, and this one should be sweeping downward, and this one should be sweeping downward also. And I think I said in another part of the video, you want to put the back side of the prop facing the forward direction so the wind will catch it better. But anyway, if you're going to use counter rotating, make sure that you get, doesn't matter which color you use, but make sure that they sweep down from each other's like that. Just lay them down and look at it. So anyway, I thought I should point that out, and so let's get back to the rest of the video. So anyway, if you have any questions, add them to the comment. This is all scrap, and I don't know that this is my my Gorilla Tape, and I think probably this wouldn't last more than a couple of months, in rainy weather. So the next thing I would do is, and I probably will, is to drill some holes in the wood here, and then run some wire of some kind. I have an aircraft safety wire, but just run some wire and tie it all down. But you can figure out, you don't even have to drill the holes, just drag it around the wood. So, and then the reason that this is cut out is because if I have if I use that nail right there, okay, can you see it? If I use that nail right there, it only goes in that far, and as time goes by, this thing's going to be going like that. So if I cut out a little bit, not quite half as much, now the nail goes way into the top of whatever I've got it connected to. So that's why that's cut out there. I can't think of any other things. Just experiment. If you've got nothing else to do and you've got nicked and old props that you don't want to use on your drone, there's a good use for them. And like I always say, if you watched this video this far, you could be crazy like me. All right? Well, I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.